Here we are. Whoa, hello, internet world. The much anticipated debut of Wiz on the internet. And what better way than to shit all over Wrestlemania? It was a decent one. It was about as good as it could be. Oh my goodness. No people. Let's just address that. There's no people whatsoever. And here we go. We're going to break down WrestleMania's night 1 and 2, Corona style. So, they kicked the night off with the women's tag team match. The team of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors. This match in particular, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a hot way to start the show. Mainly I enjoyed it because you got Kairi Sane and you have Asuka just shit-talking each other the entire time.
One of the most dominant females to step foot in a WWE ring in quite some time.
And they're just talking in Japanese the entire time. And I absolutely love when they do that. No one has a damn clue what they're saying, but it's incredible. Oh boy. That man, Baron Corbin. Corbin versus Elias. And we're not going to talk about this because it's bad. It's a very, very bad match that doesn't belong on WrestleMania. The coolest part about it was the guitar over the back of King Corbin's back. That's about it. Next one. The next one, the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch, the champ for a whole year here now, versus Shayna Baszler, fresh from NXT. We all saw this one coming. I thought it was a little early in the show for them to do this. And this one I was enjoying for the most part. Very hard-hitting. Shayna being shown off as this big, bruising, vicious challenger that you'd think could dethrone Becky Lynch. But then all of a sudden, man, the ending was just terrible. You've got Shayna Baszler locking in her little sleeper hold, and Becky rolls over to pin her. And just like that, the match was over in I think less than 15 minutes, which this should have gone on way longer. That's just not a good end. And on top of that, Shayna, I don't know how this makes her look. I don't think it's over for this little rivalry. They might see this one go a little further, even down to SummerSlam possibly. But man, this one seemed like it was a lock. Shayna was going to go over, but she didn't. Becky retains, and here we are. The Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn, the champion, can't believe I'm saying that, versus Daniel Bryan. And I was really excited once I heard about it because like these two guys can put together a pretty good wrestling match, but this one was a giant disappointment. The whole Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro running around and healing it up with Sami Zayn, that's not what we want to see in a Daniel Bryan match. But this one was a giant disappointment. It was a little short. And the Intercontinental Championship deserves a lot better than the matches that they've been given. The Smackdown Tag Team Championship match that, oh boy, a tag match that only has one team member in it. But it's a ladder match, and this is somewhat exciting. We all love those gimmick matches. You got Kofi Kingston representing the New Day. You have Jimmy Uso representing the Usos. And, of course, the champion representing the tag team champs is John Morrison. And this is a really good idea to have Kofi Kingston and John Morrison in a ladder match because you know these guys are going to do all sorts of flippy shit and they're going to do all these crazy high spots, and it really sucks that there's just no crowd to appreciate it because there would have been a whole lot of holy shit moments in that match. The whole thing was weird to start with. It's a tag team match that doesn't have the other half of the tag guys in it. But once again, due to circumstances, we're trying our best here, everyone. But the match was decent for who was in it. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. This one, I really enjoyed this one. And I almost lost my mind after about 10 minutes as they got into it. Both are going back and forth, and this was a match that I thought was going to do really well without a crowd. Kevin Owens does a really good job talking during the match, and he does a really good job of healing it up or being the babyface in this one. No one likes Seth anymore, but Kevin is kind of getting the shit kicked out of him for a little bit, and then Seth Rollins goes for the ring bell, hits him over the head, gets a DQ, and I'm thinking, oh my god, here we go again. It's another crap finish to these matches. Grabs a mic and he tells everyone where he tells Seth that, no, we're not going to do it this way. You're not just going to run off like a little bitch. And I think that's exactly how he said it, too. Along those lines, restarts it, no DQ, and this was awesome. And eventually Kevin Owens gets to the top of that WrestleMania sign and does a senton, I believe. I think it's a senton or an elbow drop. It was kind of in between, but it looked brutal. Crashed through the table. Kevin Owens is your winner, and we all go home happy. Universal Championship, Bill Goldberg and Braun Strowman. It's a Bill Goldberg match. It's going to be 5 minutes long, and it's going to be finisher spam. And it's a damn shame Roman couldn't participate in this match due to the coronavirus. And then to close it out, this is the big one here. Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. For anybody who knows me, Undertaker is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. And it is breaking my heart to see him come back and get in the ring, and he can barely move. He got a bad hip. He's had 1,000 surgeries. But this was the perfect situation for Undertaker to be in. We don't need Undertaker to come out as a part-timer and do these 1 matches or maybe 2 matches a year and go in there and do a no DQ match or just a regular match. You just can't do it. This is the perfect time where you got a pre-scripted, a pre-taped match, if you will. Outstanding. This was not even a match because, no, there's no ref, but this one, like Wrestling Ratton says, shout out to him, he said this was basically an action movie. And this basically was. It's a nice 20 action minute scene where there was a few times I thought I heard some actual punch sound effects, but this was exactly what Undertaker needed. No real match, just a taped brawl where he's very limited to what he can do. Throw some punches, throw him through some walls and do his creepy, spooky stuff. This is exactly what Undertaker needed. AJ Styles, on the other hand, did a really good job. The OC comes out and distracts him, and then he's going to bury him, and all of a sudden Undertaker teleports behind him. It's one of those things. You watch wrestling, it's like, this is not wrestling, but this is exactly what WrestleMania needed. This is exactly what Undertaker needed, and this one was outstanding. It was shot well. Undertaker looked like a badass. He rode in on a motorcycle, playing Metallica, not Limp Bizkit, thank you. But that worked out real well, and that's how you round up night 1 of WrestleMania. But you let me know what you thought about WrestleMania 36. Please argue with me in the comments section below. Give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. I don't know about subscribing because I don't know if I'm coming back. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, that was so good. What the fuck? Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Wiz Breaks Down WrestleMania Part 1. Come back for next week for Part 2. It'll be a good one. If you don't know who I am, I'll put my shameless plug in the end. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Oh my god, this thing is so stupid.
Today's Drift Day 10.